We're just going to make a French press pot of coffee. I'll show you how to do this with the best results that I've had so far. So far we've got our French press and our plunger. We've got our espresso thermometer for water temp. We've got our jar of beans, of course, our grinder, and our electric kettle. So the electric kettle is filled to the max there, max line. We're gonna turn it on, let that come to a boil. We'll keep it closed for a while until we can kind of hear it starting to go, and then we'll put that guy in there. So yeah, let's get our beans ground. We're gonna put 1.5 scoops of beans. Normally for the pot we'd use 1 scoop, but a French press needs just a little bit more beans because the brewing time is a little shorter. So there's our half, and put the lid back on, and we're going to make sure our grind is set to coarse. If you can see the little dot there, that shows us our grind. So you can go medium, between medium and fine for the drip coffee maker, or for a French press we need it on coarse because we've got the metal screen on the plunger. So, and then we'll just use the timer here. We'll turn that up to about 5 and let it grind. Okay, so now you can kind of hear the kettle has changed noises a little bit. It went from like sort of a high pitch thing to kind of a lower rumble, like it's starting to boil, and you can see it there on the bottom. So we're going to take our espresso thermometer here, and we're going to be looking for 205 degrees. So that's you know, boiling would be 212, which would be just past that line. So we're going to be looking for just past that 200 degree mark. 205 degrees is ideal. We're just going to clip it onto the side there. This thing will shut off when it's boiled. It'll click, but we want to shut it off a little before that. So there's just past 200. So I'm just gonna press that back up, and we'll go ahead and close that so we're not steaming everything too badly. And our beans are all ground, and a nice consistent grind in there, and away we go. And we're just going to pour our water to just below the bottom of that spout there. I'm going to try to get all the grounds submerged in my pour as much as possible. You don't want to fill it too much, because then you'll get some of these grounds coming out the trying to jump out the spout when you put the plunger in. So now we're going to just kind of make note of the time, and we're just going to agitate this for a minute. Not literally a minute, maybe 10 seconds. Just get everything, the grounds that are floating at the top, get them in solution. Okay. And then we're going to take our plunger. Sorry about the noise. And we're just going to gently put our plunger in here, and making sure that nothing comes out there. And we're going to leave the plunger all the way up, and we're going to let that sit for probably another 3 to 4 minutes. You know, it might have taken me a minute just to pour and stir, and we want to aim for about 4 minutes. So it's the wrong clock says 12:02, so we'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes has gone by. We're going to just gently push the plunger down, basically just kind of like the weight of your hand. Just let it slowly sink down. The idea is if you push it too fast, it could force some coffee grounds past the edge of the plunger, and you'd get that, you know, for a little surprise, the last person to get a cup of coffee out of this would get some gritty crunchies in their coffee. So then that's brewed, that's done. This is a double walled, so the outside gets warm, but it doesn't get scalding hot. And I'm just gonna pour ourselves a little taste. I also like to pour the first little half a cup off because it does pour pretty quickly. I don't want to surprise somebody with it being over full. So there you go. Nice, delicious cup of coffee. Once everyone's enjoyed their amazing cup of coffee, and this guy's all empty, you want to make sure that this gets cleaned out. Just pull the lid and the plunger back out. You'll see you got coffee grounds stuck to everything. So you want to just use that same wooden deal that we use to stir. It's got nice square edges that can get down in there and scoop that all out into the garbage. And then one more thing, rotate this. It'll come unscrewed, and just take those pieces apart, rinse them off, put them back together before you put it in the dishwasher. So I just unscrewed it, grab these pieces, taking them apart. There's the metal filter there, and just rinsed. I'm just going to stack these back together like that, and then got a nice little captive screw there that keeps stuff from getting stuck in the threads. So then we'll just line that back up and give it a little spin. Pardon me, I'm doing this one-handed. But anyway, so that's the idea. That's pretty much back together that way, and that can be run through the dishwasher that way just to get it sterilized and get the residue off. There you go. French press, exclusive style, Aaron style. Have a good one. Happy coffee.